I decided I was going to work on my square body today, so let's see what I get up to. First thing I did was that the tailgate wouldn't latch at all. I messed with the hinges a little bit and stuff, and now if you push the handle in and then slam it, it'll hold. It would be pretty ironic if it decided not to work now, but it's good enough for government work. Now, sadly for me, most of the physical things about this truck are okay. Some of them need updated to make it look better, but there is a lot of wiring issues, and sadly I know wiring decently, but I hate doing it on vehicles. Lucky for me though, the square body Chevys are pretty simple when it comes to wiring. Unlike every single other car I own. The 3 cars behind me, the truck and the Pilot, fuck. I can't do those. One of the things I want to tackle today are the fuel pump is a switch, and I wanted to see if I can figure out how to make it on the column. Another thing is I don't think any of the gauges work at all, if I remember right. And I need to watch a Chris Fix video on how to make it so when I press the brake, it's not nearly as touchy as it is right now. Oh, and I did this off camera, dyed a red panel black. On this side, I forget what color that one was. It's not the greatest, but it'll do the job and it'll look fine. I also got this dash piece from someone who was parting out some trucks locally. And this gauge isn't doing anything, so I need to see if I can maybe get it back up on here or what. And one of these days, we're going to replace these tires with some ones we bought from Place Marketplace right here. These ones are a little bigger, a little beefier. Maybe we'll look at it a little better. The plan is to get some better wheels and tires that will look beefy and look good, but that's out of budget at the moment. All right. So my fuel pump switch is right here, and as you can see, a yellow wire exits out of there, as well as a black wire. Now I'm assuming the yellow wire, because I'm pretty sure it's only yellow wire, is this one that runs over, poorly wired managed, over straight to the battery right here. Which does make sense to me, but don't want that. Going under the truck, but you can see that the previous owner obviously put in a new fuel pump. Oh, and I also need to do something about this exhaust because this is not gonna work. Since we have so many old GM vehicles, we have so many old GM keys, and I'm not even sure which ones are the right ones. I think these might be. I do think I was right. Yep. So, doesn't look like any of my gauges are working at all. So clearly they're not getting any sort of power to them, which would also explain why the gauge only says 49,000 miles. Oh, and I remember now, I got that puck up there, so let's reattach the mirror. Now we can see absolutely nothing behind us. By the way, there's 3 cars back there. Alright, so from my experience with my 86 IROC Z and wiring lights, there's typically a gauge fuse that lights up the gauges when the key is on. That's why I have these gauges wired too, my underglows and my front headlights. The halos, by the way, not the actual lights. So we'll see if they have the same thing in this truck. There's a lot more fuses in here than on my Camaro. Alright, so Google's AI says that the pink wire with a black stripe is what I'm looking for, and this is the only wire I see that's a pink with a black stripe. Following it, it looks like it comes up in here and goes up kind of up there where that would be. So I'm gonna remove the cluster and see if it's going in there or not. Alright, so I'll grab my multimeter and I'm gonna check if I'm getting voltage to the source. That looking in here at this harness, you see how it's taped on there. I'm gonna check under that and see if that's connected poorly. Very much so it's connected poorly, as you can see, and I'm gonna assume that all of these are that way, or at least some of these, which sucks. I'm gonna measure voltage here. So I just realized the wire I'm measuring is actually just pink, doesn't have black on it, so that's actually not supposed to be what I'm looking for. Though I am gonna fix all that, which is great. I love wiring so much. The wiring I'm looking at goes up and still up there. I'm gonna get tetanus. Honestly, I have no idea why I was measuring this. I just realized that my dumbass was measuring this, and this has nothing to do with what I am looking at up here. I never did claim that I was smart at all, right? Man, do I hate OEM wiring. Especially when someone else messed with it, you don't really know at all what is going on. Now, clearly I don't completely hate wiring because I've done these and stuff, but it's really just doing someone else's work and then also the whole gauges and stuff, they all work a little differently than aftermarket gauges. Aftermarket gauges, you have your instructions and stuff. You know what's happening. I checked the wire. It doesn't seem like it has voltage, but there's like 3 different pink wires going there. So I'm not even really all that confident as to that's the right one. But even though I might be young, my back still fucking kills me when I'm under there. So I'm gonna try and do something else on this thing. Also, here's what I'm talking about. On the bed, the handle's pushed all the way in, and then you gotta slam that bitch, and she's on there. Another thing is the door, or the doors. You have to slam those bitches, which is normal. It's an old truck. Who cares? One thing I want to do is I want to get all the extra leads that aren't going anywhere and tape them up. So I was trying to jump back off, right? And my hat got caught up in there. Come here, bud. On this truck, I guess the AC does not work. As you can see, the lines just kind of go out there. Whatever. I'm probably just going to delete everything AC-wise if I can. It'll connect the engine bay, and I don't feel like fixing the AC. I mean, a few days after I bought my Camaro, my AC went out, and I haven't fixed it, really just because I don't use it. When I'm driving that car, I like when the T-top's down and the windows down and just cruising. AC is not really needed. There's no plug back in there, but I don't really feel like getting back in there. It hurts. There's a lot of shit in my way. I have big feet. I'm just gonna leave it for now. There's a few other things I want to fix. One of them is this light. It's obviously not got a light cover on it. I'll have to get a replacement for that. There's also a dent in here. I'm gonna try and see if I can pull that out. All right, I did not use any soapy water, so we're gonna see if this works. But got some soapy water on this bad boy. Hopefully we can get it on there. Hopefully when I fall, I can get it clipped, but we're gonna see. Well, sadly, I didn't really do all that much today, but I did learn some stuff. And yeah, that was about it. I didn't really do that much. But that is one thing about project vehicles that you just kind of have to deal with. Every once in a while, you're not going to get very far, but you did learn some things. Well, hopefully I take the time to edit this video. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. Drop comments, whatever. I'm happy to learn more about how to fix this thing because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, and make sure you have a fantastic day.